Hello, my name is Susan Vance. I belong to an organization called SNAP, Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. If you'd like to know more about our global outreach, please go to snapnetwork.org. I'm here today for something I've never had to talk about before, but it's time. Who is the Porno hookup priest of East Tennessee? This has come to our attention, and I need to tell you about it. First of all, this is not child pornography. Child pornography is a crime, and I would have been at the police station months and months ago. I'm not going to talk to you about the morality. You are a person of free will, in my opinion. If you're an adult, you are responsible for your actions. The church lady of Saturday Night Live would probably tell me differently, but we are in a different kind of discussion here today. So let me begin. I received an anonymous tip 20 months ago in the late summer, early fall of 2022. I was told that a Catholic priest of the Diocese of Knoxville was on a pornographic website and had a profile in the dating part of that pornographic website, actively seeking, according to the profile, dates, chats, friendship, relationships, and group sex. This is not a crime for an adult. I'm not saying that. So what am I doing here? Well, I am here because although this person is an adult, the pornography not forbidden in criminal law is very much forbidden in church law. For a priest who makes certain promises, yes, this is forbidden. Canon law is the name of church law, and it is written all over the canon law about any kind of behavior like this. If you Google Chrism Mass, you will find out a lot about what is promised by the priest each year at a Chrism Mass. He renews those promises. So here's what I did. I conducted an investigation. The reason I conducted an investigation is because the church investigations are always bogus. So I made a fake profile. I signed in, and when you sign in, beside your profile in the dating app is a little green light saying that you are active on that site. So I tracked number 297. 297 is the name I'm giving to this priest temporarily. I tracked 297. I kept a log for 11 days early on straight. I was not scientific in any way. It was informal, but it yielded 10.5 hours on this site a day, every day. Let me make sure you understand that. Now listen, 10.5 hours a day, every day. Weekends, weekdays, did not matter. This is theft of time from ministry, to say the least. If you are at your job for 12 hours and you are 10.5 hours on Facebook or any other social media, then that's theft of time from your job, and HR would fire you outright. So let's find out what's happened to this priest who has theft of ministry. Think of the dollars. Think of the money that has been paid to this man when he's supposed to be ministering to this parish, visiting the sick, baptizing children, all the other parts of the ministry, saying Mass. Do these people have to wonder, has Father signed off his porno site before he came out to say Mass, before he baptized my child, before he visited my grandmother in the hospital? Here's his profile. The big black blob is a covered up picture of him. Yes, a picture. This man was so brazen, so sure that he would get away with this, he posted profiles on this website with his picture on them. This is a double life. It is wrong for a Catholic priest to have any kind of behavior like this. But when you are dedicated, so to speak, to God, which is what the church markets the priest as dedicated to God, dedicated to the people of God, that's a double life. It's hypocrisy. So what happens next? Okay, for 19 to 20 months, I kept track of this priest. I have 20 months of evidence. On February 27th, I hand-delivered a copy of a document I had made about 297. I hand-delivered it to the offices of the diocese. I gave one copy to Sister Mary Simone, the executive secretary to the bishop. We don't have a bishop now. Ours was kicked out last June, Bishop Richard Sticka. But we await the appointment of a bishop. And Father Douglas Owens, I gave him a copy. He is the delegate to this newly appointed custodian of the diocese called an apostolic administrator. That apostolic administrator is Archbishop Shelton Fobb. Now, ultimately, Fobb is responsible. The Vatican put him in charge. The buck stops with him. Father Owens, as his delegate, sent me this letter. We got your, this came on March 4th. We got your information. We take this seriously. We have conducted an investigation, or we're conducting one now, and we will come up with an appropriate action. So between that and March 21st, I kept asking, have you finished the investigation? What is your answer? What's going to happen? And finally, on March 24th, I received this in the mail. We finished our investigation. We've come up with appropriate action. Okay, and here's what it is. And it's wholly, totally unsatisfactory. I can tell you that. I blocked it off here because I have a plan. So just bear with me a few more minutes. What happened since that I received that letter? Absolutely nothing. The Porno hookup priest remains in ministry. The church has covered this up. The church is silent. The church is not transparent as they promised to be. The parish is totally ignorant of what has gone on. These are the victims of this particular church crime, okay? The priests who are ministering to these people. Okay, the people in this parish, the men, women, and children, are victims of this priest because he stole ministry from them. And the answer of the diocese is unbelievable. They have broken so many promises. You can't even keep track of the broken promises. Have they apologized to this parish? Are they going to apologize to the 80,000 other Catholics in the diocese for whom this could happen, or worse? Are they going to repay the money that has been paid to this priest to sit on a pornographic site to try to get dates, relationships, and group sex? I tested the system, folks, and the system failed miserably. This is what clergy sex abuse victims have gone through for decades and decades, and this is why I tested the system in a real-time sexual misconduct situation. And that's what this is. This is sexual misconduct for a priest to do this. I tested the system, and everything the victims will tell you is true. The church says, "Come to us. We will help you." No, they won't. They start the cover-up the minute you open your mouth. And therefore, they keep it up. And they'll tell you, "Oh, we investigated." There's another big word, investigation. They don't investigate. They sit around in somebody's office and come up with a little plan of how they can get out of this without being responsible for it, how they can cover this up, how they can keep you in the pews ignorant, happy because you're ignorant, and therefore giving money. And that's their plan. Ignorance leads to happiness because you don't know anything. You don't know what's going on. And that kind of behavior leads you to give them money in the collection basket. Stop giving money in the collection basket if you want the truth. The church lady and I want you to call the diocese. Call them today, over the weekend, every day that you have to, until they give you the name and until they tell you what's happened and when they're going to make a public apology, a public acknowledgement of what has happened. This is the only fair thing to do. 865-584-3307. Call them Ask them. Don't let them get away with this. This is what they have done to victims. Everybody who has ever sat in the pew and said, well, why didn't those victims do this and this and this? Why did they wait so long? Why? Well, now you know. You are witnessing what victims have gone through for decades and decades. And this is why you do not understand clergy sex abuse. You do not understand the church does not investigate. They do not tell you the truth. And that's the bottom line. So unless you want to be ignorant and happy and giving them money so they can keep up this farce, just sit there and don't do anything. If you care, even if you're not Catholic, call. Ask them, what about this? What about this? What's going on in your church? 865-584-3307. I'll have another video out tomorrow. I'm going to reveal more and more information. Remember, I did a 19-month to 20-month investigation. The church did nothing. So let me tell you all about it. Thank you very much.